We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Bradford's Vikings going up against Bortles' Jaguars. With that, let's get up to Everbank Field in Jacksonville. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Field here in Jacksonville.
Partner, the Vikings are off to a 2-0 start, and their defense deserves a lot of credit. Look what they did to Green Bay in Week 2. Sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times. Big interception by Trey Waynes down the stretch, and they actually recovered a fumble that Rodgers had in the pocket.
And with all that talk of Bridgewater, Sean Hill, Sam Bradford, defense just going about their business.
Mike Zimmer, their head coach, a defensive guy first.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now Bortles will give to Yeldon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The Jags had another tough game on the ground in Week 2 against the Chargers. Collectively just 69 yards. They really have to pick that up.
People expect the Jaguars to move the ball through the air with Blake Bortles and Allen Robinson and Allen Hurns. But they have to run it, too. T.J. Yeldon right now is the primary ball carrier, but they're hoping to give him some help when Chris Ivory is healthy and ready to play again.
Throwing is Bortles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Now look at the starting unit, and here's to you, Mr. Robinson.
Oh, I like that one. Allen Robinson, I love coming out of Penn State. Everyone kept telling me he's not fast enough, and I kept pointing to the film and saying yes, but he catches everything. He's definitely a threat.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. Room here to run. Cuts it out to the sideline. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 36 yards.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama. Then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles, but I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
Here's Chris Ivory with his first carry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Defense showing blitz. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Bortles to throw. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
second down. Here's Yeldon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And that's going to make it fourth down. So on fourth down, on comes the Jaguars' Jason Myers now for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They come out here in the eye. On 1st and 10, Bradford. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Give them 11 on the gain there, and it'll be first down Vikings.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. A story for AP, no doubt, that torn meniscus in week 2. His return still unclear, but I guess not a torn ACL. That's the good news.
That is the good news for he and for Minnesota. So they're expecting him to come back. But, boy, he's off to a tough start trying to run the football. 31 carries, 50 yards in his first 2 games. Those numbers are not Adrian Peterson. But fortunately for the Vikings, Sam Bradford is in town now, and he played really well in week 2 against Green Bay.
The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries, but boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
Now Bradford on second down. He's got time. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 49 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put...
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
To throw, it's Bortles. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's brought down after a good game. He got 29 yards that time.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Everson Griffin was a valuable reserve for most of his career, but has really blossomed since entering the starting lineup.
Second down following the run. On second down, here's Bortles. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down. So completion on second down, that brings up third. They'll come out in the pistol. Bortles going to try and throw on third down. And Robinson with a big catch. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now the offense lining up first and 10. They go back to the ground now with Yeldon. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll give the Jags a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Bortles going to give to Yeldon. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards and sets him up first and goal.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Did your high school have that same push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter if we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at the last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. From the 4, it's second and goal. The pitch goes to Yeldon, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Big play here. 3rd down and goal from the 2. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. He juked him. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Offense for the Vikings coming back out there. This whole crew, offensively and defensively, got to christen U.S. Bank Stadium in a really nice way with that win over the Packers in Week 2.
And that had to feel good to the Vikings and to their fans because the 3 previous stadiums that they used for the first time as their home stadium, they had played the Packers, and all of those had been losses.
How about that? All of their home openers in those other stadiums were losses to the Packers.
Well, it is smart scheduling, though.
Yeah.
The Packers and the Vikings, one of the great rivalries in the league.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. His throw incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, Bradford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. And it'll be 4th down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
This is taken at the 15. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays.
There goes Allen Hurns. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Hurns, 65 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, securely catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
To throw, Bradford, flush to his right. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Bradford from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Simple slant route, and it works to perfection.
And when you're a big-bodied receiver, you use it like it's a basketball play. Body the defender away and catch the football.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Jags are going to have a first down. QB split out wide now. They're in the Wildcat. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Sharif Floyd in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Third and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. On first down, Bortles. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Bortles to throw on second down. He finds Hearns left side. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to have a third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
And he motions the wide receiver. Now Bortles again. And he's got it to Hearns. A very solid gain of 27. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Here we go. Blue for the watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hut. Who do you want?
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Going for it all. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Allen Hearns in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Final play of the half, Bradford. And his throw is going to be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
On 3rd down, Bradford. And here's the first NFL catch for Laquan Treadwell. The 13 yards that time and a first.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Bradford on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Charles, on the slant, you always need good ball placement. They got it there.
Brandon, the quarterback, put it in the exact perfect spot, right to the upfield shoulder of the receiver, and he used his body to keep the defender away.
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. Now a give to Peterson running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Bradford into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now a handoff looking right. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant, 75 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let them know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have it. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Charles, switching gears, how about the Rams back in L.A.? Made their debut there, a winning one. They have 1 win and no touchdowns on the season. Their offense hasn't scored a touchdown.
That is some stat, and they'll be okay with that right now because there is 1 win in there. They'll be looking to jumpstart their offense, but that's their first win, actually first game, official game in L.A. since Christmas Eve. 1994. Were you even born then?
I was 11. How old were you?
Don't ask.
3rd down and 5. Bradford from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Here we go. Green, 39. Left.
4th down, Bradford. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. That one good for 14 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now Bradford on 2nd down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And Walsh is going to miss this one. That is no good for Walsh. Wide off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
On 1st down, Bortles. He finds Hearns left side. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And it's good enough for Jacksonville first. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Yeldon, the lone running back. He'll get the football here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Into the red zone, it's Bortles. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Allen Hearns from yards away. And the Jaguars continue to roll.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Bradford now. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On 3rd down, Bradford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Bradford on 1st down. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here's Bradford. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on that.
Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford's lost it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Well, still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the 1st down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Sherrills to return it. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll come out in the pistol. On 1st and 10, Bradford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers. And a lot of the time, instead of securing the pass, your eyes might stray towards the middle and wonder where the big hit's going to come from.
A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Another pistol look here. Bradford. And this one to Treadwell, complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Bradford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go now.
Desperation time. Bradford on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They come up in an offset eye. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Throwing again. Bradford on 2nd and 10. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Bradford now to throw on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable and usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
To the air again with Bradford. And that will be incomplete as well. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. They'll run it again with Yeldon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Tough spot for the offense, 3rd and 8. Now Bortles. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that high.
Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Well, I don't know that we saw a blowout loss coming of this magnitude. Boy, they've got to be shaking their heads in the locker room.
Not only are they shaking their heads, the head coach looked absolutely furious leaving the field. I'm not sure this will be the best week of work for his team next week.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.
Just a bunch of daddies, girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week, working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. Yeah, it's the kind of thing. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week, working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Bradford's Vikings going up against Bortles' Jaguars. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green. Hey, check 24.
Again, it's Yeldon. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. First carry for Chris Ivory. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Eric Kendricks is another one of those bloodline guys in the NFL. His brother Michael also applies his trade as a linebacker. And Eric's trying to show him he's the best in the family.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Bortles now on 1st down. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Here's a give to Yeldon. And some room to roam now. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon, 28 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly again, you probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They come up in an offset eye. Bradford, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll be a Minnesota 1st down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Now Bradford on second down. He's got time in the pocket. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And the completion, nice throw, nice catch, but Charles, big thanks goes to the men up front.
They allowed the quarterback to throw out of the rocking chair, so to speak. Plenty of time to survey the field and find an open man.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Second down, Bradford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Johnson the intended target. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Jared Odrick is fast becoming one of the best anchor defensive ends in the NFL.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. On 3rd down, Bradford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A good pickup there at 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Yeldon, the lone running back. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll come out in the pistol. Bortles to throw on second down. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. They run with their short yardage man, Ivory. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be interesting.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jared Odrick in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Third and long for Bradford. He'll rifle this one deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devon House. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Let's go.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well. Because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Go. Black 58 round.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Green. Black 58 round. Black 58. Left.
Muscles him off. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Blue 45.
Bortles now on 1st down. It's caught right side. It's Hearns. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Here we go. Green 39. Black 58 round.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And the catch made by Walters. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion.
Here we go now. Green, Black 58 round. Black 58 round.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Brian Walters there. And it'll be 4th down.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. They'll get 17 yards there. And that leads to a Minnesota first down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They pitch it out to Peterson. And he's got room. They'll get 19 yards there, and it'll be a Minnesota first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership, a big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They run again on first down. Peterson. And a solid run down inside the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Bradford on 3rd and 2. And he's able to find Diggs. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. So they're operating in the red zone. From the red zone now, Bradford. Eluding the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Malik Jackson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Second down, Bradford finding time. And here's the first NFL catch for Laquan Treadwell. It's a pickup of 17 there, and it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. 3rd and short yardage, Bradford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And out now come the Vikings. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Following the interception, Bradford. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot, excellent coverage, didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
On second down, Bradford again. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fresh set of downs here. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, Bradford. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
10 yards still left on second down. A second down throw for Bradford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first, this from 41. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. A final shot before half for Bortles. Surveying the field. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We have hit halftime. Still and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A first down throw for Bradford. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They give it to Peterson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
They go play action here on first down. It's complete to Diggs. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And off comes to Peterson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Bradford, it's caught. Michael Pruitt. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a run with Peterson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now Bradford on second down. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Good throw, good catch, and the post route successful for the offense.
Really difficult on the defender. He got moved out of the middle of the field and tried to scramble to recover, but it was too late to stop the completion.
Now Bradford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Back to the ground, Peterson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
3rd and goal, Bradford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now Blair Walsh for the Viking field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Again, we'll see the pistol here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Over the middle, open is Thomas. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. Another pistol look here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First down and goal to go from the 7. Now T.J. Yeldon. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Paul Posluszny, the linebacker, brings him down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. To throw, Bradford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
To throw is Bradford. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. A first down throw for Bradford. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second down, Bradford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. A strong running. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
And sometimes when you're watching a game, you can actually see drills in effect during a ball game. And what I saw there was what running backs call the gauntlet drill. We have to go through a series of defenders. We're going to hit them, poke at the football, make them bounce, spin, dig for extra yardage, the whole deal. And we saw it there. His running backs coach has got to be awfully proud of that run.
Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And after that play, we've got a man down, a member of the linebacking corps, and the medical staff will attend to it. They gotta have 6 here. It's third and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Open man is Treadwell, and he's got it for the Minnesota touchdown. Laquan Treadwell from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Bradford going to throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On first down, Bortles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Now it's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now this time, Bortles will throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. And the wideout in motion. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough. Now
they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now a handoff to Yeldon. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Johnson was the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Getting late in the fourth now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
A 2nd down throw for Bradford. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Bradford to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Bradford. And he fires one incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And on 2nd and 10 now. Here's Bradford. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted, so many things to go through.
It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon, and he'll fight for it. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out here in the eye. Another run. This time it's Ivory. And not a whole lot. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Bortles to throw. Wide open receiver complete. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. Check. Ready.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Bortles with a knee to the ground, and that should do it. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. I mean, you have another opponent next week. You dwell on this one, it hurts you the following week.
That's where the 24-hour rule comes into play, win or lose for all teams. Either enjoy the win for 24 or reflect on the loss for 24, then put it aside and move forward.